family. I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of Midweek Moment with the Crenshaws. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the most wonderfulest woman I know, my wife.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Angela Crenshaw. What is going on, people? What is going on?
What's going on, Angela Crenshaw?
I'm in the moment.
You in the moment?
I'm in the moment.
You in the midweek moment?
I'm in the midweek moment.
With the Crenshaws?
With the Crenshaws.
See what I did there?
You see, I like it. Yep.
All right.
Or would you like to pause?
Oh, wow. Are we pausing?
We're pausing. That's what someone told us. Someone told us that when we get to do midweek moment, we need to pause.
All right.
So whatever that means.
We're going to pause for a moment.
We're going to pause for a moment. That means be quiet or I don't know.
You should ask that person what they meant by pause.
She know. She crazy.
So as always, we want to first thank you, family, for joining us during this conversation. As always, we are an interactive podcast. What that means is we have several ways of getting in contact with us. We have an Instagram page, The Crenshaw Corner. We have a Facebook page, The Crenshaw Corner. And we have an email address, The Crenshaw Corner at gmail.com. Once again, it's The Crenshaw Corner at gmail.com. We ask that you just reach out to us. Provide any feedback, provide any topics you'd like us to discuss, any clarification on a previous topic that we've discussed, or just want to talk. We are open and willing.
Now, is it The Crenshaw Corner or just Crenshaw Corner?
The email address?
Yes.
The Crenshaw Corner.
The Crenshaw Corner.
The Crenshaw Corner at gmail.com.
And so, coming soon, YouTube station.
Coming soon, YouTube station.
Where you actually be able to see our faces.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna try it out.
So yeah, we're gonna do a YouTube channel.
Our facials did. Our facials did.
We actually do speak English.
Our facial expressions. I don't know, cause last podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that in the past.
I don't know. Okay,
we're gonna leave that in the past. But stay tuned. There will be more information regarding the YouTube channel. But we are going to try different avenues when it comes to the Crenshaw Corner. We're going to see what works. We're going to see what don't work. It doesn't work. But we're just going to be creative and try different things.
Yeah, let's be creative.
How do you feel about that, Angela Crenshaw?
Let's be creative.
Want to be creative?
Yes, let's be creative.
Actually, I got a question for you.
You always got a question. I'm going to start asking these questions to you because I think it's time to just change.
I wish you would, but
it's time to flip it.
But since you don't have one.
Wow.
I mean, if you have one,
Don't do that. Not on the air.
I'm listening.
Nope.
Oh, you ain't got a question for me?
I got something for you, but ain't a question, bruh. So
oh, wow. Okay.
Let's go.
Ain't nothing Christian-like about that.
Midweek moment.
So I got a question for you.
Yes.
So, you know me. You know my mind is always racing. Mm-hmm. You know I kind of really don't sleep well because my mind is always racing. Mm-hmm. You know I don't do a lot of quiet time. I always have to have something going. Whether it's I'm on the phone watching YouTube or I'm listening to a podcast or always playing a game, always have something going. Always have to have white noise going on.
Yeah, but okay, wait. Before you ask this question, okay.
Talk to me.
This is the thing that I have a question for you.
Okay.
How is it possible that you can play the game with the sound off, with your headsets on, watching a movie on your phone?
Because I'm good at multitasking.
But why not just turn the game off then?
Because I need that stimulant.
Okay, unpack that, bro.
No, because my mind is always racing. Mm-hmm. I do that to kind of dull out the thoughts.
Okay.
I'm not crazy. It's not like I hear voices.
Okay.
Well, I do hear voices, but that's neither here nor there.
Uh-huh.
But it's more so because my mind is racing all the time, because I'm always plotting and planning. I'm like Brain from Peaky and the Brain, mm-hmm. Trying to take over the world.
Okay.
So because my mind is always running, I do that to kind of dull the thoughts or dull the voices in my head. And so I overstimulate my head is what I do. I overstimulate my mind.
Okay.
So I play the game for the visual stimuli. I listen to a television show.
Tell them who you listen to, babe.
Oh, Just Judy.
Just Judy. Is the problem.
Oh yeah, I've watched just about every episode, all 23 years of Judge Judy.
Loves Judge Judy, people.
Judge Judith Scheinling.
He loves Judge Judy.
She is an amazing little 4-foot woman.
He loves Judge
Well, I
Judy. That's
do.
what I got to say. I ain't gonna say nothing else towards it. Go
Yeah, but
ahead.
that's what it is. So I do the game for the visual stimuli. I do the movie or the show, typically Judge Judy, for the
Typically,
audio
always.
stimuli.
But go ahead.
And it just, the combination of the two just kind of helps dull the thoughts and the moves and the things that my mind do. It just kind of dulls it.
Okay.
Which is actually, I'm glad you asked that question, because it actually does lead into my question for you.
Oh Lord, what's your question?
Meditation. Talk to me about it. Because one thing I do know about you, you are a thinker like I am. You are overthinker like I am. Slight difference between you and I is that you are a little more controlling than I am in certain situations. Most situations.
You want me to go off, but I'm not gonna do it.
No, I don't want you to, but I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
A
Carry
little
on.
more controlling than I am in most situations. But one of the major differences between you and I is that you have the ability to meditate.
I do.
You have the ability to shut off the world and really be in a moment or be in that moment, which a lot of the times I envy you for that, because as hard as I try, I don't necessarily have the ability to be able to do that, to turn off for that moment and be one. So what I would like to know from you is, A, really what is meditation? And then B, how do you meditate?
Meditation for me is a pause.
It's a pause?
It's a pause. She gonna be cracking up. But anyway, it's a pause for me. I think the misconception is that when you meditate, you're turning off your mind. That's not what's happening. Your mind is gonna always be going. So that's not the thing. What happens is that when those thoughts come, to embrace them for a few seconds and then go back to your center, which is normally people use your center as your breathing point, and just breathe and concentrate on your breathing in and out. And so it's kind of like, it's like that. So that's the first thing. And I love to meditate. I think what I like is the being still part, because I'm always busy.
Right.
I'm always on the move. I'm always doing something, saying something, being something, or doing something. That's just me. And so the meditation allows me to pause. It allows me to sit down and be still. I always use be still and know that I am God. So I like to just sit and hear and be one with my thoughts. And then again, embracing those thoughts instead of saying, I don't want to hear it. Because whenever I meditate, I'm always, something happens like, did you turn off the stove? Did you, like, those are things that happen. Like,
Right.
Okay, so were you supposed to be doing something? Like, those things come to me. So I embrace those things for a few minutes. And then after I embrace them, I'm like, okay. I go back to the breathing aspect of it.
But I've tried the shamalama.
What? No, sir, don't do that.
Shamalama.
Don't be rude.
And
Don't
it
be
doesn't
rude.
work for me.
Because you're not okay. First of all, when it comes to meditation, you have to take your time. So it may be that you just do 5 minutes. I tell people, don't try to do 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes, an hour. Do 5 minutes a day, do 3 minutes a day of just breathing. Closing your eyes and breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And a good way to do that is breathe like maybe 5 times in and then breathe 6 times out. So breathing 5 times in and 6 times out is just like doing one extra than you breathe in. That's the peace. That's the flowing. You can try it that way, but you don't have to do a long time. You can start with 3 or 4 or 5 minutes.
I know that I mentioned it before, and everyone that knows you knows that part of your genius is that you're a life coach, you're a motivational speaker. I think, what a lot of people don't know is that you're a certified life coach, certified in meditation, certified in different aspects of things of that nature. So what are some of the benefits in your studies and what you've learned? What are some of the benefits of meditation?
The benefits of meditation is to clear mind, to clear your mind, not clear your mind of the thoughts, but to clear your mind so you can be more clear thinking. It also gives you this peace. It also is for health purposes as well, to be healthy, to breathe, because I don't think that we breathe. I think that we walk around holding our breath all day long. So to expand your lungs, to breathe in and to be out. It's kind of like, you remember when you was a little kid and you got in trouble and they be like, take a time out. and you take a time out, but you huffing and puffing and holding your breath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're so angry.
I do that as an adult.
And then, or you holding your breath and they be like, breathe, just breathe. Because you're so angry, so you can't even breathe.
Yeah.
So to me, meditation is breath. To me, meditation is life, right? And it has all these good, it changes your mood, you know? It changes the way you feel about things. It can give you a moment to regroup. So there's so many things that I can say about meditation. It also, what it does for you as well is I think that it gives you energy, I believe. Studies have said it, but I believe for sure that it gives you energy when you stop and pause and take time for yourself and just breathe in and out. It gives you the energy to move on to the next thing, because sometimes we're so busy going that our body, our mind, and our spirit can't catch up. So meditation allows your body, your mind, and your spirit to kind of catch up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And you kind of be one. And people, it's so hysterical. People like be one with yourself, be one with your thoughts, be one with the place that you're in. I think for me,
Be one with the force.
really,
No? Okay, I'm sorry.
really,
No?
I like mindful meditation.
Okay. You lost me. What is mindful meditation?
Mindful meditation is just that. You're mindful of your surrounding. You're mindful of your breathing. You're mindful of your breathing in and your breathing out. You're just mindful. You're thoughtful. It's like all of your senses.
Is that like you're looking
activated.
Is that like you're looking in an aquarium, you see the fish, you be the fish? Is that what you're talking about like that?
Really?
No?
No.
I'm trying to understand.
No, I know, but no, it's not that. It's just like being mindful of the area that you're in, being mindful of the sounds that you hear, being mindful of what your breathing techniques bring. Like you can, when you're mindful, you're paying. So, because what does mindful mean to you? Let's start with that. What does mindful mean to you?
What is being mindful? Mindful to me, it's a focus. It's paying attention. It's paying attention, like you said, paying attention to what's going on.
Yep.
Being more in tune to the situation at hand.
Yeah.
That's what being mindful is to me.
Now tell me why you think you can't do it.
Well, for me, it's because unless I overstimulate myself, it's hard for me to turn off my thoughts. It's hard for me to focus on one idea at a time because I have so many different things running through my mind. I have an ongoing checklist of things running through my mind, things job related, things relationship related, things personal health related, things personal goals related, getting our future solidified, getting our kids' future solidified, getting my professional life solidified, getting my personal life solidified. So these different things are always running in my mind. It's hard for me to just center on one thought, one focus for any length of time. That's why I have to overstimulate myself, which is crazy because I'm almost a walking contradiction because of outside forces like conversation, lights, music,
I was about
being
to say
in a
that
crowd.
That's not making sense.
That's too much overstimulation for me. If I'm in a situation like that and in a social setting, then I get really easily overstimulated and I have to shut down.
You have to disappear.
I have to disappear. However, in a personal setting where it's just me, then I can't do quiet because I have so much running on in my mind. I can't find any peace in the quiet. So personally, I have to overstimulate my mind by doing the game or constantly having something in my ear. One of the things that I do to let family behind the curtain a little bit, which is something my wife hates, typically when I walk around the house, she will find me with headphones on. I have a set of AirPods that my wonderful family purchased me against their own will. But hey, we'll talk about that another time. But typically, if I'm walking around the home, you will find me with my AirPods on because I constantly have something blaring in my ear, whether it's Judge Judy, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a video essay from YouTube. But I do that because my mind literally is always going.
Right. And I think that's where mindfulness and mindful meditation would be good for you because it's a technique of breathing. It's a technique of, it's a practice, right? It's a practice. And I keep telling you just need to practice. It don't have to be long because it helps you be aware of what you just said, like your thoughts and your feelings. I think you just don't want to be alone with your thoughts and your feelings. But
And I think that's a lot of it as well.
but,
To be honest, I think that's a lot of it as well.
yeah. But so it keeps you first. The first thing you start doing is being in tune with your breathing. That's just the first thing. And then after you're in tune with your breathing, then you get in tune with your thoughts, right? After you do that, you can get in tune with your body, your spirit, all of that. You can do all of that from mindful meditation because you want to pay attention to all of that. How when you're quiet, sometimes we're so busy moving that when we sit and be quiet for a little while, we'll be like, was my arm always hurting? Was my leg? See, that's the thing, to be mindful, because you want to be so mindful and in tune with your body. So you want to do a scan of your body.
Right.
And you realize that, has this always been hurting? Have I felt this way? Why does my back feel this way? You're in tune. You're mindful to the wholeness of yourself, right? But I think that most people like you can't do it because they don't want to quiet their mind. They think that they quiet their mind, they're going to be thinking about things that they're trying to numb themselves from in the first place. That's just my thought process. But it's not like that. Right? Because what you do is, as time go on, you do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. As you grow into that practice, into that technique, you'll be able to quiet yourself. Not quiet your mind. People think meditation like your mind goes blank and quiet. Your mind never stops. But you have the capacity to be able to handle what comes your way, embrace it, and then move forward. You see what I'm saying?
Curious.
Yeah.
I can't recall if we've actually had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have, I do apologize. Mm-hmm. What first drew you to meditation? How did you, because you haven't, well, not enough, not to the extent, because you've always been a prayer. You're a prayer warrior, and I know praying is a form of meditation.
Yes, it is.
But as far as the full-fledged meditation like you do, where, like you said, the mindful meditation, the different forms of meditation, you haven't always done that. So what drew you to meditation? What was it? Why did you decide to get into meditation?
Anxiety. Like you being very anxious about stuff. Always being anxious. So I was like, how do I quiet my mind? Because I went in with meditation thinking, let me quiet my mind, because I'm anxious about everything. My mind is always running. Everything is always, something's always going on with me in my head, my story. And so when I started doing meditation, it was just me sitting and praying, I would just say, the word of God says meditate on his word day and night. So just praying and reading God's word. And then one day I was just sitting there and I was like, be still and know that I'm God. I'm like, okay. So I just sat there and was still, just sat there. And I just was breathing. I didn't know the whole breathing technique at first.
Right.
So I just was breathing and something overcame me. I was like, whoa. Because after that 10 minutes, I got up and I felt good. So I was like, well, what is that about? So then I looked it up. And then after I looked it up, I went to CMC, because CMC has meditation courses, and that's where I went for mindfulness.
CMC, the local hospital?
The local hospital has the main campus.
Right.
Has like mindful meditation where you can get certified and all that good stuff. And so I went there and did the courses. And I did mindful, and it blew my mind because it was mindful meditation, mindful eating, mindful walking, which was hysterical. And then we did a retreat.
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Okay, you kind of went into the mindful meditation part. You explain what is mindful eating.
Mindful eating is that you take your time and you take one bite and you just close your eyes, and you take that one bite and you chew it maybe 20 or 30 times. You chew 20 to 30 times and be aware of it and try to identify what the flavor is, what the seasoning is. Enjoy it. Majority of the time we gulp down our food. I don't even think we taste food anymore. Every now and then we'll be like, ooh, this chicken is good.
Right.
But did we really taste it? You know what I'm saying? Because we're so busy, because we're always on the go and we're rushing, even at dinner time. So what mindful eating does is you sit there, you breathe, you take your time, you put one spoonful in your mouth at a time, you chew 20 to 30 times, and really taste your food. Like really taste it.
Right.
Really enjoy it. What I realized with mindful eating is doing that, I ate less.
Why was that?
I can't tell you why. I don't even know. I just think I chewed and I took my time and I wasn't gulping it down. And I took my time and I enjoyed it and I ate less, because all I can say for me is I really enjoyed the food. And because I took my time, I didn't need as much. Because, normally when you put a plate of food in front of you, you want to eat the entire plate. You want to gulp it down.
Right.
I want to eat this. But mindful eating is being mindful of why you're eating, because right now this is what your body needs to live. right? So your body needs to eat to live. Your body needs nourishment. Your body needs love and care. And food is a way of doing that. So, but now when you're eating, you're just closing your eyes and sometimes it's open and you just chew the food. Have you ever chewed your food 20 or 30 times? How many times do you think you've chewed your food? Like, if you put a piece of chicken in your mouth, how many times do you think you chewed it?
Typically, the initial bite to get it off the bone.
Okay.
Probably one other time to break it down slightly, and then it's a gulp.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I can't honestly say that I chew my food. I really can't. I kind of gulp it down.
Yeah, and that's being aware of that, being mindful. Let me enjoy my food. Let me chew my food. Let me not gulp it down. Let me see what seasons in it, what it tastes like. It's kind of like, how people sip wine and swirl it around and smell it and
Right.
all of those things. Kind of like that, but with food. You just really taking your time to enjoy your food. Someone cooked it for you or you cooked it for yourself. So why are you not enjoying the very thing that you took the time to cook?
Now, did you also mention like mindful walking?
Mindful walking.
What exactly is that? And I'm going to be honest though for a second. Mm-hmm. All this sounds like some new age mumbo jumbo.
Whatever player. But it works. It works.
Well, yeah, I know it works.
Mindful walking is walking as slow. I did a retreat for girls, for high school girls.
Yes, you did.
And this is the part that drove them insane. It was about 13 of them. And I had them they were okay with mindful eating. They were okay with the mindful meditation. They were even okay for half a day being quiet and not talking and just journaling. They were so okay. But when we went outside and I told these girls that they had to mindful walk,
okay,
my goodness.
Now, of course, walk me through the process of mindful walking.
Okay, so mindful walking is just like you're walking, but you're going to slow it all the way down. So when you're going to pick up your leg, you're going to put it down real slow. You're going to put your feet down on the ball of your feet, right? And then you're going to take your time and bring your foot down to the heel. You're going to feel the ground through your feet. And then you lift your leg. So it's just like regular walking, but
right.
The intent is we like psh, 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 psh,
we just trying to get where we got to go.
Right. This is like, you know what I'm saying? Did somebody listen going, what in the
What was that?
Why do we even listen to this podcast? These jokers is crazy as heck.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends to listen
Tell your friends to listen to us. But anyway.
Tell your coworkers.
Yes, tell everybody.
Tell everybody.
Your mamas.
Tell the stranger, the cashier, when you get your coffee, that they need to be listening to Crenshaw Corner.
Listen to Crenshaw Corner. Them jokers is crazy. But it's like that. So it's just like really, really slow. It's not like slow walking.
Right.
It's like you're moving your leg up like you would normally walk with intention, right? Okay. You're mindful of every joint, everything that your leg and your ankle and everything do. And then after you do that, as you're putting it down, you're not just putting it down like we normally do.
Right.
You are taking your time and putting your big toe down. And then your big toe is going to the ball of your feet and in the middle and in the heel. What the goal is for you to feel every part of the ground through your feet.
What I'm hearing is through the mindful meditation, through the mindful eating, through the mindful walking. And correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm hearing is basically what you're saying is be in the moment.
Be in the moment. Be present.
Be in the moment.
Take a pause for the cause.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think that's my biggest problem with meditation. It's being in the moment. I honestly don't think I enjoy being in the moment. I'm either stuck in a previous moment or I'm trying to get to the next moment. But I don't enjoy being in the moment, or I don't know how to be in the moment.
I don't think that's not that you don't enjoy it, because I think you enjoy being in the moment. You just don't know how.
Yeah.
When you're in that moment, you can be in there for a few minutes and then you go someplace.
It gets uncomfortable.
Yeah, you go someplace else because you can't control it. Right?
I think I may be a little controlling as well.
You are controlling. You want to control the whole aspect of your day when sometimes it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes as people, we just got to sit down and be. Not be anything, just be. You are enough just to sit down and just be. Breathe. Take your time. Enjoy. Even like something as simple as going in a room and closing your eyes, you would be amazed that if you go somewhere and as you're doing mindful meditation, you're breathing the things that you can hear. Your senses are heightened when you do that. Like I can hear, when I do it, I can hear stuff outside because now I'm in tune. So I'm in the house, but I can hear the bird chirping. I can hear a car. I can hear a plane. Like where if I'm in the house and I'm just doing stuff, it's all happening like it normally happens, but I'm not hearing it. But to sit and be still to hear it, to encounter it, you know what I'm saying, is different.
You know, one of the things that I actually enjoyed, my wife and I, at one point in our career, when I say our career, I'm talking about our marriage, we used to teach a married couples class.
We did.
And one of the things, and
Ooh,
my wife,
them po people.
And my wife has done this within that setting. Also, in her professional career, my wife has been a trainer. And it was a thing that she used to do that I used to pick up on because I used to train myself as well, where the first 30 to 45 seconds of the class before anything, she would play like soft music, really nice soft jazz, and she would just have them sit.
Just sit there.
And she would have them breathe, and she would have them relax and just breathe in, focus on their breathing. And the part I enjoy, because with everything that I am, I'm also a people watcher, just to see the uncomfortability of people when you tell them to just be.
Yeah.
When you tell them just sit down, breathe, relax, clear their mind, and just be in that moment, just the uncomfortable nature that it makes people.
It does.
It's actually amazing sometimes.
It makes them uncomfortable, but about I think 3 or 4 minutes into it, you can see the shoulders not be so tight. You can see the body language is different. You can see them loosening up because they rushed into the meeting, right? Like the meeting's at 12, so everybody's rushing into the meeting. They got to sit down, got their paper, got their pen, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, we're not doing that because that makes the meeting or whatever we're training so intensified. But if I can get you just a few minutes, 5 minutes to just relax, it's not that deep, it's not that complicated. Let's just sit down, close your eyes, put your pen and paper down, and I just want you to just be. The meetings are always so much better. There's so much more.
I found out that they are.
They're amazing.
They really are.
They are people coming with clear thoughts, clear ideas, because they've taken the opportunity to just breathe, relax, don't do anything, don't come and say anything. And I think those are some of the best meetings I've ever had, or some of the best training sessions, Now,
family, I have to admit, it was kind of a setup. I kind of set you up on this one. First of all, talking about meditation, talking about wholeness, talking about wellness, talking about natural things. Start that conversation with my wife, and she will go on forever.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be a moment.
It's supposed to be a moment.
Supposed to be only a moment.
It's only a moment.
Only a moment.
But I did that for a reason. For a personal reason. I just love hearing my wife speak. That's just for me. So this midweek moment was just a personal for me.
Hopefully it was helpful.
I just wanted to hear her speak. But also it was an introduction. So come back and join us again. Of course, once again, for our new listeners, this is a brief podcast that we do in the middle of the week.
Yes, it is.
Like we said, it's a midweek moment.
Midweek moment.
But we offer a full podcast every Friday.
Every Friday.
So starting this Friday, we're actually going to do a series. Is what we're going to do. So it's going to be a 7-part, 6 or 7?
7-part self-care.
A 7-part series on self-care. So what we're going to do, because there's 7 facets or 6 facets.
There's 6 and we added the 7th.
Yeah, there's 6 facets of self-care.
Yeah.
So Friday, what we're going to do is that we're going to do kind of the introduction to self-care. What is self-care? Why is self-care important? What does it mean, self-care? Because, a lot of people start throwing that word around in 2019, 2020. So we're going to talk about the definition of self-care.
Yeah, and last month was self-care month.
February
was self-care month.
So we're going to start off March talking about self-care.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is that each week after the introduction, then we're going to take one topic of self-care. And then we're going to explore it. We're going to unpack it. We're going to dive into it.
Yeah.
And we're just going to talk about self-care for the next 7 weeks.
Yeah. And we need your help. So, tell us, email us and tell us what you think self-care is. Way before Friday, we want to hear from you. Tell us what you think self-care is. If you go to our Instagram page or if you go to our Facebook page, or you email us. But I want you to do it on the Instagram page, and I want you to do it on our Facebook page. Tell us what your self-care regimen is and what you think self-care is. I'm very interested before we talk about the 7 self-care. There may be a million more, but we're diving into the main 7 self-cares, and we want you guys to tell us, what is your self-care regimen? What do you do? What does self-care means to you? So hit our page up and tell us.
Yeah, so guys, once again, so our Instagram page is Crenshaw Corner. Our Facebook page is Crenshaw Corner. And then our email address is thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, the Crenshaw Corner @gmail.com.
Yeah.
Family, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Family, welcome to our journey.
We love you. Bye.